you'll need a crochet hook, some scissors, and your yarn. So I'm using Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo, and the color is Gray Heather. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with our slip knot. So you're just gonna wrap around your finger twice, take that back loop over the top loop, hold it, grab the back loop again, and off your finger. Pull together and on your hook. Now we're going to chain 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30. Looking at this pattern, we can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows that we need just to single crochet before we get into our bobble stitch. So for the first 6 rows, you're just going to single crochet. Okay, so single crochet all the way down, chain 1, single crochet back. Again, that's 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay? So to single crochet, there we go. We're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through. We're just going to do that all the way down. Okay, so continue working your 6 single crochet rows, and I will meet you back here when I have that done. Now if there's any special requests for any of these you'd like to see, please let me know. I have done Mickey Mouse, I have done a princess crown, I have done some emoji ones. I create the patterns myself on stitchfiddle.com. So go check that out, and you can do that as well. You can make your own patterns. And there we go. We got 6 single crochets. So I'm going to go ahead and cross off my 6th row. And now we're starting here on the pattern. So we're going to go into some of these bobble stitches here. So we're starting here now. So we need 9 single crochets. So let's go ahead and chain 1 and turn our work. So we need 9 single crochets. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna start with our first bobble stitch. That's right here. Okay, so we're going to yarn over our hook, insert into the stitch, yarn over, pull through. We're gonna pull through only 2 of those, leaving 2 on the hook. Now we're gonna repeat. Okay, 3, 4, 5 on the hook. Always want to make sure we have 6 loops on the hook before we crochet through all of them. So now we're just going to yarn over and pull through all, and go ahead and put a single crochet in the next stitch. And there's your first bobble, and that will lock it into place. So we need to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 more times with the bobble and then the single crochet. So just gonna yarn over, go in, go through 2, crochet through 2. I mean, this is a pretty simple pattern here. There's 3, 4, 5, 1 more, and I have 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Crochet through all, and then single crochet. So that's 3, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those total. Here's 4. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bobbles. We need 1 more. I need to pull more yarn. Boop. There we go. Last one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That gives us 6. Now, after this one, the pattern says we need 9 single crochets to the end. Okay, so we're gonna do 9 single crochets. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and look at that, 9. We had exactly 9 left. And go ahead and look, there's the beginning of our football. See? Looks perfect. Don't worry about it curling up like this. At the end, we're gonna put a border around the whole thing, and then we're gonna spray it with some water, and that'll help stick those ends down. So we're here again, and we're gonna go ahead and chain up 1, turn our work. After every row that you do a bobble stitch, the next row is all gonna be single crochets. So after every time we put bobble stitches in, we have to make another row of single crochets to work the next bobble stitches into. Okay, so this next row, we're just gonna chain up our 1, turn our work, and we're gonna single crochet all the way down to the end. Nothing too difficult about this row. So now we're coming up to the bobble here, and I always like to go slow on this. So you can see that bobble stitch kind of hides that single crochet we put in right here. Focus. There we go. So it hides it. So what we're gonna do is move it to the side so we can get into that single crochet. Okay, and then remember there is a stitch on top of the bobble as well. So we have to make sure to get into that side and top. Now, you should have, after every single row, 29 single crochets or stitches total. If you don't, then you messed up somewhere and you're gonna have to pause the video and go back. Remember, chain 1, and we always turn our work this way, away from us. So we just finished this row here. Now we're here. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 single crochets before we put a bobble. Okay, so 7 single, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then we're gonna go ahead and put that bobble stitch into the next stitch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, gives us 6. Yarn over and pull through all 6 of those. Okay, and now it looks like, so we did this one, so it looks like we need 13 single crochets before we put that next bobble in there. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. Okay, now that bobble goes into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes 6. There should be 6 on there. Pull through. And now we need to do 7 single crochets to end that row. So 1, and the next 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woohoo! We had 7 left. 7. Chain 1, and we're going to turn our work toward us. That's what we should have so far. All right, so remember, like I said, after every bobble stitch row we have to do a single crochet row. So that would be this one. So go ahead and chain up 1, single crochet all the way down. Again, you should have 29 stitches at the end of this row. or chain 1 and turn your work. So again, in the comments, what is your favorite football team, whether college or professional? Now we went ahead and finished the single crochet row, and we are here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to mark on those because I want to upload this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the next stitch is that bobble stitch that we're going to put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You should have 6 on your loop, and pull through. So we went ahead and did that one. Now we're going to put 17 single crochets in there. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 17. We need 1 bobble stitch in the next single crochet section. There's 5 and 6, and then we're gonna go ahead and yarn over and chain through all those. Then we should have 5 single crochets left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Woohoo! Go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and that's what you should have thus far. So it's starting to make that oval football shape. So again, just go ahead and single crochet through this whole row. Again, you should have 29 stitches at the end. If you do not, please go back and double check your work. So the next part of the pattern, we need 3 single crochets. So 1, oops, 2, and 3. Then we're going to put that bobble into the next stitch. One more. Okay. And then we need 21 single crochets. 21. 1, 2, 3, 21. Okay, so we need that bobble into the next stitch. And I might reposition the camera. We'll see. Okay, and we should have 3 single crochets left. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, turn your work. There it is so far. Okay, so go ahead and single crochet all the way across on this row, and I will meet you back up when I have that completed. We are going to do 1, 2, 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2, and then we're going to put our first bobble into here. And then we need 5 single crochets. This is where it gets different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then another bobble stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make 6. Okay, and then 3 single crochets. Told you it gets different here. We're making the football stitching. So 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Gotta pull more yarn. And then another bobble stitch. And then we're going to do 3 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put another bobble stitch. Okay. And then 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, and another bobble stitch into the next stitch. 2, 3, 5, and then we put 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 bobble stitch, 1, oopsies, 2, 3, 4, that makes 6, and 2 single crochets to end the row. 1 and 2. Okay, so that completes that row. Chain 1, turn your work. Ah, it's looking like a football. Here, I'll show you. Look at that, it's starting to look like football. So with your work facing you, you're gonna go ahead and single crochet in every stitch down the row. Again, you should have 29 stitches at the end of this row. Chain 1, turn your work away from you. Now we are going to go ahead and do 1 single crochet into the next stitch and start 1 bobble right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, oopsies, and 5 makes 6. And then we need 4 single crochets in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do 1 bobble. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6. Followed by 1 single crochet. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more bobble stitches. So we're going to do a bobble, single, all the way down 8 more times. So here's number 2. So here's 2. Three. Oop. 3. Here's 4. And 9. I'm sorry about that, I did not count correctly. So you need 9 bobble stitches total before we move on. Here's number 9. Now we're going to go ahead and put 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should take us to the second to last stitch. Oops. We're going to go ahead and put that bobble stitch into there, like the beginning of this row. Okay, and then you should have 1 single crochet left. And that ends this row. Okay, chain up 1, turn your work toward you. So go ahead, you know what to do this row. Go ahead and put a single crochet in every stitch across. Counting your stitches, you should have 29 total. I'm gonna meet you back up when I have that done. All right, so I just finished that single crochet row. I'm gonna chain my 1 and turn my work away from me. Okay, so in this row, we're basically working backwards back down to the beginning. So we're gonna go ahead and do 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And then we're gonna work a bobble stitch into here. And then we need 5 single crochets. So see, we're working in this pattern. We worked up and now we're working it back down ways. So you're gonna match the beginning of it going backwards. So 5 single crochets. 1, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try that one again. 5. Go ahead and do a bobble in here to the next stitch. Okay, and then we need 1, 2, 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Another bobble. Okay, 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Another bobble here. One, 2, 3 single crochets. Another bobble stitch. And then we need 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a bobble. My husband. And then 2 single crochets. 1, 2. And that ends that row. Chain 1 and single crochet across. Remember, you should have 29 stitches at the end of this row. At this point, you know, as long as you're following along and following the pattern like it is, you will have the 29 stitches as long as you're not missing a stitch in between the bobbles and on top. Chain 1, turn your work. Okay, so this row we need 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to put that bobble to the next one. 1, then we need 21. See, we're going backwards now, back to the other way. So we need 21 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 20, 21, and you need 1 bobble stitch, and then you should have 3 single crochets left in the next 3 stitches. So you just want to go ahead and put those into the next 3 stitches, and then chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet down. My battery is almost dead, so I need to go change that out real quick. It might shut off. 3, chain 1, and just single crochet down. I'm gonna go change the battery real quick, and I will meet you back here when I have that done. Just finished my last single crochet, so I'm gonna chain 1 and turn my work. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do 5 single crochets into the next 5 stitches for this row. So 1, oop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we're gonna put 1 bobble stitch into the next stitch. I think this is a pretty good view for the camera. All right, and then we need 17 single crochets. So go ahead and put 17 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, 17, and 1 bobble, please, into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 5. So you should have 5 single crochets left to finish out that row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1, turn your work, and that's what it looks like so far. It's almost done. Okay, go ahead and single crochet across, 29 stitches in total, please. Chain 1, turn your work away from you, so you're looking at the back side. You're going to do 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're going to put that 1 bobble into the next stitch. Okay. And then you're going to do 13 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to put 1 bobble stitch, 1 bobble into the next stitch, 4, 5, 6, oops. If I'm going too fast for you, you can always print the pattern off and just follow along the pattern after watching the video if you want. And you should have 7 single crochets at the end. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain 1. Here's what we got so far. We're gonna go into our last bobble stitch row here in a minute to close off the football. So go ahead and single crochet all the way across. Last bobble stitch row. So it's gonna mimic the first row we did. Chain 1, turn your work away from you. We're gonna need 9 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bobble stitches with a single crochet in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that makes 6. So here, and then put a single crochet in the next one, just like that. Okay, next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a single crochet into the next one. Okay, so you're gonna want 6 of those total. And here's number 6. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I already put 1 single crochet in here, so we need 9 total, so 8 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, chain 1, turn your work. There's the football. Let me zoom out a little. There's your football. That look cool. It'll look better once we put these rows. So I was reading the pattern and I had 6 rows to begin with, single crochet if you remember. But up here at the end we only have 5. So I went ahead and added a 6th row, just so it's even throughout. And so now you just want to go ahead and single crochet 6 rows. And then when that's done, we'll come back and I'll show you how to put the border on. And then, like I said, we'll spray these, the whole thing, we'll spray it with water. And then once it's dried, it'll stay flat like this. So it'll stop curling up. And we'll hide our tail down here in with our border. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna put 1, 2 single crochets in that stitch. And that's allowing you to turn your work to go down the side. So again, in that corner, you're putting 2 single crochets, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and work down. So we're not gonna go into this stitch here because we already put a second one. So we're just gonna go to the next area, 1 single crochet across. Every opening you have, you're gonna put 1 single crochet. So we have an opening here. We're gonna put a single crochet. We have an opening here. We're gonna put a single crochet. Here. Here. So you're just gonna do that all the way down. And we're getting ready to come to the end of this row here. So we're just gonna make sure that we pay attention to where our corner is. Okay. 1 more here. And then it looks like our corner is up here. So we're gonna go into this stitch, the next stitch. We're gonna put 2 single crochets. 1, 2. That allows us to turn our work to go down this way now. So now we're at the rear. So we're at that chain space where we first started on the bottom. So I like to just tuck my work, my tail on top of the stitch and then work my way down, just hiding it. Therefore you don't have to yarn it in later, you just cut it off. Okay, so we're just gonna work this one all the way down. I'm gonna go in and put 2 single crochets. We're gonna turn our work this way. And then we're just gonna work our way up this side here. So when we started this, we started it at the last row for our 6th row. So we still have to go down this side and then we're done. So I'll put 2 in the corner and then just single crochet down. Okay, so we're going to go into the stitch, pull through the yarn, and then pull it through again to make a slip knot, or to make a slip stitch. And then you're gonna chain one. I have to grab my scissors. Grab your scissors, cut a nice tail off, pull that through, and then pull tight. So that's what we have so far. This is the football right here. And it kind of stays down on its own, and when you attach it to another bobble stitch pattern, whatever you're making, that will stay flat and it won't curl up once they're attached. But I like to spray them down with water just so they're nice and flat. And I just have a water bottle, a spray bottle full of water. I got this at the Dollar Tree. And I'm just gonna take it when it's flat side like this, and we're just gonna soak it. Move my phone. My phone's getting wet. Okay, we're just gonna wet it all the way down. I should have put a rag down first, but whatever. Okay, you can see it's nice and wet. I like to also spray the back side, so flip it and spray that sucker. Ooh, look. We can go ahead and cut this one off. Boop. Now I'm not gonna cut this one off yet, because obviously I haven't crocheted it in, and I'm not gonna crochet it in either. I'm gonna leave it like this, so when I attach it to my other one, my other bobble, or my other swatch, then I'm just gonna crochet over it that way. Just give it a nice wet down, and yes, you will wet your table or whatever you're working on, but I'll wipe it off in a minute. It's good for cleaning. Okay. Oh yeah, it's nice and soaked. And look at that. It stays flat. Now, this has to dry. I like to just put it somewhere where it can sit flat like this and dry. Take about an hour or two to dry. Won't take long. Nice and soaked. And there you go. There's the football. And look, here's my shirt from my last video. If you haven't checked that out, I'll leave it in the description box below. So go check that video out. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video today. If you did, smash that thumbs up button and go ahead and hit subscribe and turn the bell icon on so that you are notified when we post new videos. All right, well, bye-bye. See you next time.